In this part 2 of our tribute to William Shakespeare, we'll let the bard's amazing work speak for itself using the poet's own words, punctuated with a few historical or cultural observations. To wit, it's worth noting that, while modern actors like these all know Shakespeare's line, "The play's the thing," back in the Elizabethan theatre, words were the thing, in fact, almost everything. Why? Because the Elizabethan stage had no scenery or artificial lighting, so setting each scene and creating its atmosphere was done with words. The root of our word audience is audio, meaning to hear. Thus, Shakespeare's work smoothly rebooted as radio plays, then audiobooks, and diverse visual reimaginings spanning cultures and eras. Its universality is its language and timeless themes. Take love, for example. His Sonnet 18, by now quoted by millions of lovers over centuries, elegantly delivers one of the most engaging declarations of romantic admiration ever written. "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee." Rapturous as this portrayal of love may be, his Sonnet 73 quickly transitions from similar seasonal metaphors to confronting love's inevitable loss through old age and death. "In me thou seest the glowing of such fire, that on the ashes of his youth doth lie as the deathbed whereon it must expire, consumed with that which it was nourished by. This thou perceivest, which makes thy love more strong, to love that well which thou must leave ere long." But as we discussed in part 1, the core of Shakespeare's genius was his ability to write anybody, including, as we see in Hamlet, a prince majoring in philosophy at university. So in that much-loved play, rather than either emotional or realistic ruminations about love, William gives us cerebral reflections, far more appropriate for its brilliant, tormented hero. A key to understanding Hamlet and Shakespeare's other tragedies is that ingeniously, the bard always forced his main character into a role that this hero's temperament simply didn't suit. Educated and insightful as he is, Hamlet is neither a natural detective nor a revenge killer, the two duties thrust upon him in the play. But he is certainly, as this speech shows, a philosopher. "What a piece of work is a man, how noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving how express and admirable, in action how like an angel, in apprehension how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me, no, nor woman neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so." To finish our survey of richly varying Shakespearean voices, we'll turn to another example of a titular character forced to deal with something he's become, which deep down he never was. Macbeth begins his play as a magnificent, valorous war hero who has saved the kingdom. But tempted by the three weird sisters, then goaded by his ambitious wife, he spurns his own nature. After hosting then murdering his king, Macbeth becomes a sleepless, hallucinating shell of himself, who then tries to extinguish his humanity and conscience through yet more killing. Setting assassins on Banquo and Fleance, ordering the butchery of Macduff's entire family, he tries to snuff out, via fixated brutality, any trace of the hero within as he spirals into madness. Hence, Macbeth's most famous soliloquy takes us inside the mind of a once admired but self-cursed man turned into a serial killer, numbly observing his own hollowness and certain doom. With bleak yet magnificent language, he compares human life to a bad actor and a fool's loud, pointless story. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Soon after this riveting but bitter speech, Macbeth faces Macduff, and his brief candle is indeed extinguished. We hope you've enjoyed this fleeting encounter in parts 1 and 2 with one of literature's greatest giants. Pray thee, read thou his works, and ere we meet, 'neath Juliet's balcony. For now, adieu.
If you've enjoyed our 2-part Shakespeare survey, you'll probably also love our take on the other giant of European literature, who awaits you in episode 13.